Ohio. An officer initiates a routine traffic stop for an illegal U-turn, only to be immediately confronted by a highly intoxicated driver named Lindsay. Instead of handing over her license, she attempts to name-drop the local chief of police, claiming he is her uncle and that she can do whatever she wants. When that fails, the stop devolves into absolute madness. Lindsay aggressively flirts, hurls vicious insults, physically resists, and manages to slip out of her handcuffs multiple times in a breathtaking display of performative defiance. I know I say this in every video, but liking the video really only takes 2 seconds, and it's the simplest way for me to get some recognition for my hard work. Let's watch the Bodycam footage first, and then I'll be back with my analysis.
North Fallback and Napa Auto Park with a gray Pilot, Honda Pilot.
207, I'll be out with them.
Pulled a U-turn right there in the middle of the road, at, right in front of the gas station. Just pulling it, turning around, go to the job, heading back this way.
Was it near an intersection?
Yeah, first. Hello.
Coming up on both sides.
Yeah, just this side. I don't like to be on the side of the road. So, all right. So my name's Officer Thompson. This is my stop. He's supposed to make an illegal U-turn.
I know.
You had anything to drink today?
Oh, I gotta go to work. Like, can you make this quick?
Where do you work at?
Yes. I have to go to my place.
Okay. And you sure you haven't had anything to drink? Because I'm smelling some alcohol.
No, I haven't.
No?
I did get work, but not today.
Okay. So what was the purpose of the U-turn?
Because I think that my uncle is the chief of police, and I think I can do whatever I want. I think the rules don't apply for you. And you're not. I love you so much.
So, Chief Taylor is your uncle? You know?
Of course he does. You came to my house and my husband beat my ass.
I was there.
I know you was. I don't get your beautiful face. Please, I gotta go, please. Hey, wait. Please don't hate me. I want to know what your first name is. I'll leave you alone. You're so kind. Do you have a wife? I bet you do.
I do. I do.
Of course you do. Please tell me to let me go. I have to go, dude. I wasn't supposed to.
Well, it's his stop. I'll see what's going on here. I'll see what's going on here, okay? That is his needs. Okay. But
She's learning her words, too. Hey, Chief. We got a little bit of a situation here. Stopped your niece. She made an illegal U-turn right there at the first and South Wabash. I walked up to the window. She rolled down the window. I could smell a little bit of alcohol. And, she's slurring her words and she's hitting my breath. So. Lindsay?
Lindsay, yep.
Yeah. Also, another thing I want to note is we had a neighbor dispute, and I forgot my body cam docked on the thing in the office. So there's that, and what's that? Yeah, his is on. You still want me to fill out an at-fault for both events? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pull her out on these two STs, and the other thing is, I asked her what was the purpose for the illegal U-turn, and she goes, "Because my uncle is the chief of police, and I can do whatever I want." So
She's acting drunk.
yeah, she's definitely acting drunk. So I'll do that and see where it goes. All right, bye.
Cool. Take it as it goes.
Dude, please.
Lindsay, you gotta step out. Lindsay, you gotta step out.
No.
Step out and go.
You, right in your ass.
Lindsay, that's enough.
He don't like you. Don't let me out. Don't Let me out.
Lindsay, come on. Let's go.
That's why we're here.
Lindsay. Come on. Don't make this worse.
No, you wouldn't. He wouldn't.
Lindsay,
He
come on.
wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Lindsay,
No, you wouldn't. You're new.
stop. Lindsay, stop.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't.
My uncle will you
Stop.
up, you piece of shit.
Okay.
You fat, ugly piece
Well,
of
he
shit.
already told me to do what I got to do.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He don't give a
That's enough, Lindsay.
Don't touch
Then
me.
take
That's
him
enough.
off.
Don't touch
Stop.
You hit me again and you're going to
You
run.
can
Got it?
All right, that's enough.
That's it.
Oh no!
Put your hands
We
down
got
your back.
2 dudes on a girl. Oh, you're hard.
Back.
Oh, you're hard. 2 dudes on a girl.
Relax.
You, Sean. Whatever your name is. You did not want that. How dare you? Dog. You dog. You would not have done that. Cause him. Who gives a about him?
Relax, Lindsay.
No. Who gives a about him? You know I'm cool. What the? You fat ugly. Ew! What? Ew! Oh, she's a pain. You up your ass, you ugly fat.
You got anything on you?
Yeah, crack pipes and needles up my ass. Check. 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 Fill me out.
Come on.
I just say,
Make me. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm going. Goddamn.
that's right.
Lindsay.
See if Amanda's available. Is she working afternoons today?
Oh.
Look at that, Sean, you hottie. Look at that. I have no cuffs on.
All right, she's out of her cuffs.
Like you're that pressed. You're so mad.
Hey, hold on. She just got out of her cuffs.
Are you gonna manhandle me? I'm not doing shit. Come on, dude. Okay, yeah, that's good. You don't have these
Here.
nuts.
Sorry. She's mine.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, he thinks he's got it. Oh my god, I'm so scary. Cuff me. Everyone hates you, and you're ugly.
Put your foot back in the car. What's she say?
Better re-advise that.
Well, I'm gonna call Sergeant Evans. Let him know too.
Yeah. See if she wants to do SFSTs.
With the way she's being, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But we look to ask.
We'll see what she says. Lindsay.
You, with your you, I did it again. What? Who am I gonna fight? You're a bunch of dudes. The
Okay, do you want to perform SFSTs, standard field sobriety test?
that means.
Do you want to?
No.
You do not want to perform any field sobriety tests to see if you're under the influence right now?
Obviously. What do you think, Sean?
Well, we gotta ask.
Don't do it about homie. Why did you do that to me, Sean? Why? Why? Why?
Would you be willing to perform standard field sobriety
Would you
tests?
be willing to eat my pussy? No, you wouldn't.
Would you be willing to perform?
No.
No?
No, I'm unwilling. I'm refusing.
You're refusing?
Why would you be willing to let him run your life?
He's not running my life.
Yes, he is. Because you wouldn't have done this without him.
He's not running my life. Lindsay, listen.
No, and you
You need to calm
would
down.
and you'd be nice to me.
You need to
Yes,
calm down.
you would. I am calm.
Okay,
You would have
let's keep it that way. Refusal.
Refusal?
Yep. And she's out of her cuffs again.
Again?
Yep. She needs to get back in cuffs.
Yeah. I'm gonna put.
Oh, look, I did it twice. Oh, look, I did it twice. You want to manhandle a girl? I bet you
Get
do.
out.
I bet you do.
You need to get back in cuffs.
Oh my God, I did it twice. No, rip me out. Rip me out. You
Get back in cuffs.
fat. Oh no, I'm pressed. You can't handle 5'2", 100 pounds. You loser. You too, Sean. You, right in the ass. I can't imagine being so pressed and so desperate to a bitch.
Let go of her arm.
You ain't going shit. Do something.
Stop resisting. Stop
Do
resisting.
something.
Knock it off. Stop
Do
resisting.
something.
Knock it off. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. You want to go down on the ground? We'll go to the
Yeah.
Give me your arm.
Look,
Relax.
there's my son.
Relax.
There's my son. It's his
Relax.
birthday. Hey, boo.
Relax.
Yeah,
Relax.
I am. It's my son's birthday. Y'all, you're fat. Sean would never do this to me. If you weren't here, he would never do it.
Get your hands off that cuff.
I don't care about it. Oh my God, I beat that bitches. You fat, ugly. I'd be a bitches too.
Good. Yep. You're getting in the
You,
car.
Sean, bet I don't.
Stop resisting. One way or another, you're going to get back. Stop resisting.
You like myself?
Get back in the car. Come on.
No, force me.
Get in the car. Come on.
No.
You're making this worse. Come on.
I know, right?
Watch your head.
No.
Straighten your leg.
Fight a girl. Fight a girl.
Straighten your leg. Stop.
No.
Leg in.
Feel cool?
Hey, knock it off.
Oh my God, I'm so scared of you. You fat piece of shit. You fat ugly.
Stacking charges, Lindsay.
don't
This is
care.
not good.
You think I give a Sean?
Get your leg in.
Nope. Isn't this fun? You guys do this shit all the time. Isn't this fun? Okay, fine, you got me. Okay, fine, you got me. Hey, I'm gonna slip these out too. You ready? And I'm gonna slip it out the window. You ready?
Stop.
No.
Get your foot back in the car.
What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, I'm gonna slip out this couch too, you You fat Lindsay?
Hold on.
Hey, Lindsay! That's it. Oh, here he comes. He's coming. I'm not even doing that thing. I'm not even doing that thing. Come on the other side. You fuck. Okay, hold it. Let me get these off.
I'm rolling up the window.
Yeah. Get your AC on.
Yep.
Mark resisting. We got it under control.
Oh, look, that's so pretty. I'm so calm.
All right.
Please.
Get out.
Give me the direction.
This way.
What are you going to do about it?
Come on.
I am.
All right.
Wait, just trade these off. This is super annoying, Sean.
We're going to put you
Like,
in
nobody
more.
cares about him. He's fat and ugly. You're not. You're hot, so just
We're going to put you in way more comfortable cuffs.
you're not going to do shit. I'm going to burn this bitch. Oh, hell no. Oh, look at you. Look at you trim it on there.
Be more comfortable.
Oh, I'm scared. Who is this guy? Who is this guy back here that is fat and ugly? Oh, hey, also, can you give that $60 to the bitch that I was going to? You just made me lost my job. You would not have done that if it was not for this fat piece of ugly shit.
Hey.
No, you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have. I know you wouldn't have. The world hates you, and we all hope you die. Go ahead. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on. I'm not
Way
going to
more
fight you.
comfortable.
Well,
This is just policy
it's
now.
tight.
This is just
Oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm a little tiny girl. Like, I'm going to fight two dudes. The f***? Are you scared of me, Sean? No, you're not.
Your policy.
Oh, f*** your policy and f*** you.
That's not nice.
Tell Nene to come get me. I'm joking. I'm joking.
All right.
Yes.
Come on.
Oh, look at this. This is like some Saul shit.
Come on. This is Brewster Police.
Don't you dare, Sean.
Come on.
No, I'm not. I'm going to sit down.
Okay.
This is what y'all do. You just don't you dare, Sean. I won't run. I swear. Get the fuck out. This is what y'all do for fun. You bet. Come on. Come on. That's wild. You know what? Hey, Sean, guess what? I'm gonna break out. Hey, Sean, watch this. Isn't that so annoying?
All right, we have to read this to you.
You. I don't read.
You don't read? Oh,
I mean, I could. Okay, fella. Okay, go ahead. Read it. No, read it to me. I want you to read me every word. Every
this is
word.
for you to read along.
No,
the top part.
read it to me.
I'm about to.
He's going to,
Nobody cares about you, you ugly fuck.
All right.
but he's going to read it to you.
Well, look at you and then look at him. Like, literally.
He's
Come
going to
on.
read it to you.
255. Okay. Consequences of test.
I'm driving anyways. Don't pull me over
RC
again, Sean.
4511.192. You are now under arrest for OVI.
Good. In your ass.
Vehicle under the influence of alcohol, a drug, or a combination of them. Operating a vehicle while under the influence.
Oh my God! Look, I'm whacked to the bar.
Or
Holy
illicit
shit!
controlled metabolite.
Holy shit! I'm whacked to
Controlled
the bar.
substance. Operating a vehicle after alcohol consumption or having physical
All right, let me
control
break
of
out.
the vehicle while under the influence.
I'm gonna
If
try.
you refuse to take, listen, this is important.
You.
If you refuse
You're
to take
fat.
any chemical test required by law,
I'm not doing
your
shit.
driver's privileges will be suspended immediately, and you will have to pay a fee.
You have literally made me lose my job. I don't give a what you're
If you
saying.
have a prior conviction of an OVI or operating a vehicle while under the influence of a illicit controlled substance or illicit metabolite of a controlled substance under the state or municipal
Sean would have never treated me like
within
this.
the preceding 20 years, you are now on
Holding it up.
OVI.
Like you're so
If you
fancy.
refuse to take
Sean,
a chemical
suck
test,
it.
you will face increased penalties.
Good. Suck my.
Are convicted of the state.
Look at me in the police
OVI.
station. Oh my God, I'm so worried. I am so pressed.
Okay.
I hope
Do
you
you
die.
understand that?
And you're no, I don't understand that.
Okay. So you could submit to a chemical test.
No, I can't.
Well, it's just a yes or no. You could submit to a
It's
chemical
a no. It's a
No?
no.
Okay.
And you,
Okay.
Sean. Just kidding. That's right. Imagine that.
All right.
Can you imagine hating a girl so bad that you just torture her life? Why? For what? For what, Sean? Why? I want an answer. Why would you?
Lindsay, I didn't do this to you.
Yes, you did.
No.
You wouldn't have cared if I took an illegal U-turn. No, you wouldn't have. You So why? You made me done lose my job. You were not. And your fucking cameras. Please loosen it, dog. Please,
Still not for 19.
I'm good. I won't fight you. You can beat me up anyways, dog. You already did. Loosen it. Please. It works.
Cuffs are not that tight,
Yes, they are.
but if you keep
Look
trying,
how red I am. It's
yeah,
fucking
because you
balls.
keep trying to pull out of them.
And did I hurt you? No, I didn't. Could you me up? Yes, you could. I'm not doing nothing. Please, dude.
No.
Take it off.
We already checked the tightness. You're fine. Quit pulling out of them.
No.
Because every time you do that, you're messing up your own hands. So you're doing it to yourself.
Oh, you're annoying me. Who birthed you? Like, does your mom even love you? She doesn't. That's why you're the way you are. You don't have parents or something. Like something is wrong with you inherently. Imagine being so terrible that you pick on a girl. Okay, what?
Okay.
Go ahead, what? So what? I had a pilot start registered. Are you gonna,
We're not worried about
you're
that.
gonna fight me?
We're not worried about that right now.
Clearly you are, because you just asked me about it.
Well, or wondering about
You were that pressed about it, Sean? Why are you pressed about it? Tell me.
Don't worry about it.
You're pressed about it.
We're not gonna worry about it now. Come on.
Tack them on. It's hurting. Great. Now I'm going to. They're going to look at my butthole. They're going to stare at my butthole because of YouTube. Get your own vagina. Imagine that. Can you imagine being so pressed? Nobody wants to you, so you just pick on little tiny girls all day. All day. You just pick on girls. You should be ashamed of your self. Did y'all grow up without a mother? You didn't have a mama, did y'all? Yes! Drag me the out, Sean! You better sit here, fat boy. Yes! I've been waiting on this.
Well, that was incredibly difficult to watch. When we observe high-stress body cam footage, the typical expectation is a linear progression of events. A suspect is caught, they panic, they either comply or flee, and the situation eventually reaches a natural, albeit sometimes violent, conclusion. What we are witnessing here, however, is a complete disruption of that expected timeline. We are watching an adult woman treat a criminal arrest like a chaotic, interactive theater performance. Lindsay's behavior is so wildly erratic, so profoundly disruptive, and so intensely manipulative that it almost eclipses the sheer legal gravity of the crimes she is actively committing on camera. To truly understand how a minor traffic infraction for an illegal U-turn metastasized into a massive grand jury indictment involving assault, obstructing official business, and resisting arrest, we have to look far beyond the surface-level shouting. We need to dissect the sociology of proxy privilege, the dark psychology of effective liability and weaponized gender dynamics, and the cold, unyielding legal mechanics of Ohio's implied consent laws. The very first psychological tripwire in this encounter is tripped the moment the officer asks Lindsay why she made the illegal U-turn. A standard, sober brain, recognizing it has been caught breaking a traffic law, will usually attempt to mitigate the damage through apologies or feigned ignorance. Lindsay does not do this. Instead, she boldly states, "Because I think that my uncle is police, and I think I can do whatever I want." She then explicitly claims that Chief Taylor is her uncle. In sociological terms, Lindsay is attempting to deploy a concept known as proxy privilege. When an individual, particularly one whose prefrontal cortex is heavily suppressed by central nervous system depressants like alcohol, is faced with a sudden loss of autonomy, their ego desperately scrambles for a shield. If they lack the personal authority to intimidate the officer, they will attempt to borrow the systemic power of someone else. Lindsay genuinely believes that she can establish a roadside hierarchy where she outranks the arresting officer by sheer bloodline, It is an archaic, small-town mindset where nepotism is expected to override the criminal code. However, we live in the era of the body-worn camera, a piece of technology that has fundamentally sterilized the roadside encounter. The officer's response to his supervisor over the radio: "Hey, Chief, we got a little bit of a situation here. Stop Your Niece" is a masterclass in neutralizing proxy privilege. By putting her claim directly on the radio and documenting it on camera, the officer ensures that the arrest must be handled strictly by the book. It eliminates any gray area. Even if the chief actually were her uncle, the presence of the camera guarantees that she will receive zero professional courtesy, because attempting to sweep an OVI operating a vehicle impaired under the rug in the digital age is a guaranteed way to end a police chief's career. Her attempt to use her invisible uncle as a shield didn't save her. It actually locked the officers into a rigid path of strict enforcement. When the proxy privilege completely fails to intimidate the officers, Lindsay's psychological state fractures. What follows is a terrifying, rapid-fire cycling of emotional extremes. Within the span of just a few minutes, she swings violently from aggressive flirtation, "You're so fine, I want to know what your first date is," to vicious, hateful insults, "You ugly fat piece of," to feigned theatrical terror, "I'm so scary, help me." In clinical psychology, this specific type of emotional whiplash is referred to as affective lability. In plain English, affective lability is the rapid, exaggerated, and often uncontrollable fluctuation of mood. While this is a hallmark symptom of certain personality disorders, it is also heavily induced by severe alcohol or chemical intoxication. The alcohol has effectively dismantled her brain's emotional regulation center. Because she has absolutely no cohesive strategy for dealing with the arrest, her brain resorts to a scattergun defense. She is blindly firing off every single manipulative behavioral tool she has ever learned to see what sticks. She tries seduction to charm her way out. When the officer doesn't take the bait, her ego is bruised, so she pivots to intimidation and insults to regain a feeling of superiority. When they go hands-on to arrest her, she pivots to playing the helpless victim. It is a chaotic, desperate scramble for control by a mind that realizes it has lost the war. This desperate need for control manifests most dangerously in her physical resistance, specifically her astonishing ability to slip out of her handcuffs multiple times. To the average viewer, a suspect escaping their cuffs might seem like a funny, Houdini-like party trick or a failure on the part of the police. From a law enforcement perspective, it is an extreme tactical nightmare. Handcuffs are temporary restraining devices, and if a suspect has small wrists, high flexibility, or if the cuffs are not applied perfectly flush to the skin, they can sometimes be manipulated. When Lindsay slips her cuffs, she drastically escalates the danger level of the scene. A suspect whose hands are suddenly free in the back of a cruiser is a suspect who can grab a weapon, break a window, or attack the officer driving. But Lindsay doesn't use her free hands to escape into the night. She uses them to taunt the police. She holds her hands up to the window and mocks them. "Oh, look, I did it twice. You want to handle a girl?" This is what law enforcement analysts call performative noncompliance. She views the entire arrest as a game where the rules do not apply to her. She isn't fighting for her freedom, she's fighting for the applause of an imaginary audience. She explicitly mentions YouTube at one point, indicating that she is highly aware she's being recorded and is actively trying to orchestrate a viral moment. She wants to be seen as the untouchable, defiant rebel who outsmarted the cops. But this gamification of her arrest is exactly what forces the officers to upgrade her charges. The moment she slips the cuffs and refuses to comply with lawful orders to be resecured, she provides the actus reus, the guilty physical act, for obstructing official business and resisting arrest. Every time she acts out for the camera, she is literally handing the prosecutor another brick to build her prison cell. Interwoven throughout this performance is Lindsay's calculated, highly manipulative deployment of gender dynamics. She constantly references her size and her gender in an attempt to shame the male officers. She yells, "Two dudes on a girl? Oh, you're hard," and calls them losers for picking on a tiny little girl. This is a sociological tactic known as the exploitation of benevolent sexism. Benevolent sexism is a cultural framework that views women as inherently fragile, pure, and in need of male protection. Lindsay is actively trying to weaponize this societal norm against the officers. She expects them to treat her with kid gloves, to overlook her violence and her intoxication simply because she is an attractive, petite woman. When the officers refuse to play into this archaic dynamic and instead treat her exactly as they would treat a 250-pound aggressive male suspect, Lindsay's cognitive dissonance explodes. Because they will not treat her as a fragile princess, she attempts to strip them of their masculinity, claiming they have no dicks and are cowardly for arresting her. It is a desperate attempt to regain the moral high ground, but the criminal code is entirely blind to size, gender, and manufactured roadside drama. The law only recognizes actions, and her actions were violently non-compliant. The encounter reaches its legal climax when the officers finally transport her to the station and attempt to process her for the OVI. The officer pulls out a specific piece of paperwork and begins to read it to her. This is the BMV 2255 form, which outlines Ohio's implied consent laws. To understand why this moment is so critical, we have to look at the legal foundation of driving in the United States. Driving is not a constitutional right. It is a conditional privilege granted by the state. When you sign your name to get a driver's license, you enter into a binding legal contract. Implied consent means that by operating a vehicle on public roads, you have already implicitly consented to submit to approved chemical testing, breath, blood, or urine, if a police officer has reasonable, articulable suspicion to believe you are impaired. You cannot legally tear up this contract on the side of the road just because the timing is inconvenient for you. Lindsay refuses to engage with the gravity of this legal procedure. She demands the officer read every single word to her, mocks his reading speed, and then bluntly, defiantly, refuses to submit to a chemical test. She likely thinks that by refusing the test, she is outsmarting the system, denying them the hard data they need to convict her. This is a massive, life-altering miscalculation. In Ohio, as in many states, refusing a chemical test carries severe, immediate administrative penalties, such as an automatic, prolonged suspension of your driver's license. But more importantly, it provides the prosecution with a devastating psychological weapon called consciousness of guilt. In a trial, the prosecutor does not need the chemical test results to secure a conviction. They can use the officer's observations, the smell of alcohol, the slurred speech, the illegal U-turn, the extreme mood swings, as circumstantial evidence of impairment. And when it comes to the refusal, the prosecutor will stand in front of the jury and argue that innocent, sober people do not refuse chemical tests. They will argue that Lindsay refused the test for one simple, undeniable reason. She knew exactly how much alcohol she had consumed, and she knew with absolute certainty that she was going to fail. Her refusal will be presented to the jury as a neon sign pointing directly to her own guilt. Furthermore, the officer explicitly read to her that because she had a prior conviction within 20 years, her refusal would subject her to increased mandatory penalties. She traded a piece of definitive evidence for a guaranteed enhancement of her punishment. As the reality of her situation begins to set in toward the end of the video, we witness the final, most pathetic defense mechanism of the chronically entitled the external locus of control. An internal locus of control is the belief that you are responsible for your own actions and their outcomes. An external locus of control is the belief that things happen to you and that the universe, other people, or bad luck are entirely to blame for your misfortunes. As Lindsay sits in custody, she yells at the officer, "You just made me lose my job." She takes zero accountability. She doesn't blame herself for drinking. She doesn't blame herself for making an illegal U-turn in front of a marked police cruiser. She doesn't blame herself for physically fighting the police or slipping her handcuffs. In her mind, the officer is a malicious villain who woke up that morning and decided to ruin her life for fun. This total lack of self-awareness guarantees that she will learn absolutely nothing from this encounter. She will carry this victim narrative with her all the way to the courthouse. And the courthouse is where the bill for this performance finally came due. The officers did not arrest her because she hurt their feelings. They did not arrest her because of the mythical contempt of cop charge that people often talk about online. They arrested her because her actions fit the exact statutory definitions of multiple criminal offenses. When she finally stood before a judge, the grand jury had indicted her on DUI, obstructing official business, and resisting arrest, and she was slapped with a $25,000 bond. She spent an entire night performing for the camera, trying to assert her dominance, flaunting her invisible connections, and mocking the legal system. In the end, she traded a relatively minor traffic citation for a life-altering felony-level indictment, proving in spectacular fashion that when a fragile ego goes to war with the criminal code, the ego will lose every single time. It makes you wonder about the long-term effects of this kind of entitlement. Do you think Lindsay genuinely believed her uncle and her attitude were going to save her? Or was her entire meltdown just the pure, unfiltered panic of someone who knew they were already caught? Let me know your read on this absolute disaster in the comments below.